Another one of the superstars tonight. Here comes some starting lineups, Tom.
Yeah, we got the starting lineups for both squads. For the Centennial Golden Hawks, senior 5'10", Grant Barksdale. Senior 6 foot, number 4, Will Alexander. Sophomore for the squad at 6'2", number 11, Ben Dokolis. Justin Greiner, a transfer from Frontier High School at 6'2", he's a senior. And then Christian Portis, a senior, 6'3", number 22. And for the Stars, number 1, Curtis Green. Number 12, Justin Calley. Number 15, Michael Ashmore. Number 24, Michael Gentry. And number 44, Larry Atkerson.
Kyle, your thoughts before we tip things off here?
Centennial already played in a charity game against Hanford West, and they actually won in that game. Big games by both Greiner and by Portis. I think they put up 23 and 22 respectively, so they're going to try and capitalize on that. I'll say this, number 4, Will Alexander, one of the best quarterbacks around in town, is also very tough, and he plays a different style than you see kind of some of the finesse stuff that you see at the quarterback position. He's more of a defender, hustle, effort guy on there, so very excited to see this, and I'm curious to see how those football players at North High factor into this game as they're just coming off Friday. Let's see if they're going to be able to use that as some energy coming off the bench.
All right, here we go. The second half of a doubleheader here, and this crowd's going to get rolling if it's any indication of what we experienced in the girls' game right before it. So Justin Calley will jump. His hair's even longer, Kyle. It's grown another 8 inches.
I've never seen hair like that in my entire life.
Calley to the bucket, off the glass, doesn't get it to go. Offensive rebound, up and in.
Yeah, that's number 33, Jalen Woods there. Woods with a good offensive rebound. And right there, number 22 comes right back, Christian Portis with a three-pointer.
Wow. Almost another steal put back, but one too many passes. Ball comes down to the corner. The long 3 is up and in by Jalen Woods.
Woods making a big impact here early, and so is Portis. Portis with a long three-pointer. That's number 4, Will Alexander. He's going to show us a little bit of, you'd expect a quarterback to be a good three-point shooter, wouldn't you?
It is on, man. It is on right now. These guys have come out and are enjoying this wild, wild crowd. And there's a travel call there. So a fast start, 6-5. Golden Hawks up by 1, but it is a much different complexion in the first minute and 14 seconds of this game in the second top of the doubleheader. Another long 3 goes up, comes up just a hair short. (6-5) early score here, 6.5 to go here in this first quarter. We are just underway, second half of the doubleheader. Ball underneath for North High School. Deflected off the back of the backboard. It'll stay down here at North High School. Vance Palm alongside Tom Myers, Kyle Wiley, Kevin Willie. Shot goes up, no foul. Here comes North, right down in front of me. Shannon Ferguson, ball comes down low, then back out up top. Oh, looks for the 3, doesn't get it. Now another one goes up. Comes up way short on that. Steal. Here comes Curtis Green. Will Curtis Green get the first dunk? No, hard foul. And it's going to be Noah West. So I think Coach Moran would have maybe preferred a nice, strong two-handed layup, but Curtis Green going up with it.
They didn't call a foul on that. They called it clean.
Oh, a clean block. No foul called. So
clean block. And Hernan Santiago came off the bench on that one. He was a little disappointed and upset about that call.
So an electric pace to start off this boys game here. 2 minutes gone in the first quarter. The officials want to talk about the shot clock. They do get it back to 35. There you go.
I think this is going to be a game of stamina.
Another block down low. Alexander pulls the trigger again, doesn't get it to go. Long rebound, ends up in Centennial Golden Hawks' hands. Alexander again. How about this? Steph Curry land, way off. Doesn't happen on that shot by
Justin
Griner.
Griner has some range, and he can make that ball. Plus, he has really good vertical, in case you couldn't tell on that one.
An attempt to go up and under by Michael Gentry for the Stars. He doesn't get that to go, and we're seeing some quick substitutions all the way around. Douglas will go out. Well, we're doing some quick substitutions on numbers, aren't we there, big man? Warkentine, a junior.
Colby, a normal starter. I was talking to Hernan about him, so.
Oh, nice strong board down there by West. Doesn't get it to go, though.
And Warkentine's a strong kid. You know, Vance Colby is a football player as well that just got finished with football season. He has, for football, he's a defensive end. He has San Jose currently looking at him as well as Fresno State.
Talked to Coach Santiago about that. He said he had a self-imposed scheduled missed practice so he could go to the Fresno State football game. They're after him, 6'5", 210. And the hustle effort right now is big time. Coach Santiago loving the effort that his guys are putting in it, specifically Justin Griner.
Griner, once again, that transfer from Frontier High School. Moved over after played 3 seasons at Frontier and then moved over to Centennial this year.
Stepped on the baseline. Nice interior pass movement going on by Jarrell Medina. Golden Hawks ball. They're up 1, 6-5. We're here in the first quarter. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. There's another long three that's going to get put up. This one by Will Alexander. Doesn't get it to go. Ball bounces off Warkentine. And it'll be North High School basketball. Hope you're enjoying all of this on KernHighNetwork.com. Mass substitutions. 5 for 5 for Coach Santiago. 5 on, 5 off.
I think Hernan's going to play that all night long just to keep fresh legs in the game. As I said earlier, it's going to be a game of stamina coming down to it, and they're going to start run. I have a feeling he's going to start running the ball on fast break opportunities in the second half.
I agree. Full court pressure getting put on by this new 5. Great press break, and here come the Stars. Look at this. Ferguson up and, battles in and out. Here comes Noah West. He pulls up, and that could be a 3. Everybody thought travel, didn't get the call. The long shot goes up, doesn't happen. The rebound, Ferguson. Here come the Stars. 4-on-1. A nice give and go. Great pass. And Larry Atkerson. And Coach Santiago says, I've seen enough of this 5. You 5, get back in there. Traveling call on Max Ritchie. Here comes 5 more.
And Santiago's trying to put in the second team to try and give his first team a little bit of rest. But if they're scoring on you, it's not really serving its purpose. So obviously he makes a quick break of it and then brings back in his starting 5.
They go for the long bomb down the court, and it's actually complete. And it's a great pass down low. Oh, goodness, just took a little bit too time to develop, but they had the long bomb, and Ackerson was going to be the recipient to throw it up off the glass.
Barksdale, great hustle down the court to defend that ball, but kicked it out of bounds.
That was nice. Oh, a bad pass, just threw it away. Should be double dribble, no call there either. And here comes Griner. He has the ball swatted away by Ferguson. Griner says, no big deal, I'll go baseline and go up and under. Doesn't get that to go. Battle for the ball down low, and it is bounced off of Warkentine, picked up by the Stars, and we have a timeout called by Matt Marin. I'm going to take a break. Back right after this on KernHighNetwork.com. Welcome back, everybody. Vance Palm alongside Tom Myers, Kyle Wiley, director, producer. During the break, he said, you know, I might not have a whole lot to say during this game. I'm going to try to keep up on at KHSD Athletics on our Twitter feed, Facebook, always. And Kevin Willey's got the hardest gig all night, trying to keep that camera on both sides of the floor as fast as possible. We are off to a full-on thoroughbred racetrack type of start as it's 7-6 north or over the Centennial Golden Hawks right now. Thomas, a lot of fun, huh?
Yeah, you alluded to it earlier as well. They just finished football season, and a couple of these kids play football for both squads. So they're going to be in shape. We're going to see a track meet tonight break out at this basketball game.
Wow. Another foul will be called, and these officials.
That was a timeout that's called.
Oh, they called timeout because they went on the floor and they were battling for the ball. So a 30-second timeout. Once again, tonight, the first of 3 straight nights of activity here on the Kernheim Network. And tomorrow night, we have the first ever high school soccer game called in Spanish, and it'll be over at South High School.
Yeah.
South welcoming in Golden Valley for that. Going to be a lot of fun. And as Tom mentioned, first high school soccer game.
And Espanol.
In Espanol in the state of California. And then I will be with Kyle and Kevin, and we will be at Ridgeview High School. The Wolfpack will welcome in the BHS Drillers. Ladies game at 6. Is that right?
5:15.
5:15. I'm glad I ask all these things before I show up. 5:15 ladies. Boys right after that. So, and then Wednesday night, the annual Kern High School All-Star volleyball game. Oh, point blank, 2-footer off the glass. Doesn't get it to go. For some reason, he missed it off the glass. Then he has it blocked. Now here comes the Golden Hawks. Griner, pump fakes, pulls back a long, long shot. Wow, that was absolutely beautiful.
That
Justin
looked like
Griner.
Steph Curry.
That was a Steph Curry-ish shot. Here comes Callie, pulls up, started up with Gentry up top. Sorry, Medina up top. Foul on this play, so Ferguson will go to the line. And we haven't had a lot of stoppages of play yet. Really, there's been only a total of 3 fouls, all of them on the Golden Hawks. 9-7 the score, 3:09 to go here in this first quarter. Wow, what a start.
I think Rishi Patty, who committed that foul, well, actually, they didn't call it. They called that on Justin Griner, actually. So that's going to be his first.
I think it's the second.
Second foul for Griner.
Second foul for Griner, excuse me. So, again, like we had in the girls' game, we got foul trouble abound already. Justin has a tendency to foul out in games early and has done that throughout his career.
Remember last year we called the Centennial Frontier game and he actually fouled out. Shot goes up by Ferguson, and we're tied at 9. And that's going to be a touch foul out there by Jarrell Medina. Officials don't like it, and Coach Marin is saying, back up just a little bit. Back up just a little bit. We got him at the hash mark. That's good enough.
And, about 3 years ago, they reined that in. There was a little too much contact, so the officiating association and NFHS decided that they needed to kind of put a kibosh on so much contact, and so they call those now.
And that will be an offensive foul on Tamir Mitchell. He ran over, Tyler Kennedy ran over Dominique Christopher. Did a great job. Dominique just stood in there and took it. I don't know how you could miss Dominique waiting there with that hair. Oh, bad it's nicked. Ooh, boy.
Just barely.
It was. I thought it hit.
Actually, no. They're giving it. Who are they giving
it
to?
Well,
because the ball goes back to the spot. That means it wasn't touched.
Well, I thought it was tipped by Tyler Kennedy, but they say no. It's going to be Golden Hawks basketball.
That's right.
Ball comes back up top. Kennedy with it, and now it's in Martin's hands down low, and
the charge is called.
Tit for tat. Look at this. 2 charges taken by Dominique Christopher in 30 seconds.
And that one's on Andrew Martin.
I was going to say, if you're heading into the key and you see that hair, you know he's there.
And right now, Centennial has 2 players in foul trouble with 2 fouls each. That's Andrew Martin and Justin Greiner both have 2.
Kennedy with a good steal, stop, pull up from the free throw line. Nice jump stop, but now what's the call here? It will be on the Stars, and I believe it might be on Ashmore. Let's see. And again, no public address announcer for the North High School Athletic Department in here. Find it surprising, but maybe there's a developing story that will take place on that.
Justin Cali called on that one.
Long 3 pulled, does not look good. Rebound Cali, and ball comes back out over here to Medina. Medina has the ball stripped.
And Tyler Kennedy trying to put it down and can't get it above the rim and bricks it.
Tyler Kennedy going for the dunk, didn't get it, and there's a foul, and that's going to be on Cali. So Cali picked up 2 quick ones, so a little bit of discombobulation and some unnecessary fouls being called here. Well, the unnecessary fouls being committed is what I should say. And at the line now is Andrew Martin. I'm surprised Coach Santiago hasn't called Tyler Kennedy over for a minute on the dunk attempt. Hey, he went for it, didn't he?
Yeah. And Coach Santiago's doing another line change. He's bringing Greiner back in with 2 fouls right now. Still in the first quarter here. So once again, Greiner and Martin both with 2 each. 2:14 left to go here in the first quarter.
Gets it to go. 11-9. Golden Hawks up 2. We're going to see Portis back in. 6'3" senior. Inbounds pass met with some serious pressure defense, and they better get it across, and they do. Ball ends up in the hands of Ackerson. Deflected, beat away by the Golden Hawks. Here comes Portis down the middle of the floor. Portis stops, pulls it, kicks out. It's going to be Greiner from deep. Doesn't get it to go. Offensive rebound ends up in Alexander's hands. Comes back out. Greiner pulls the trigger again, comes up short. Alexander battling for it. Look at the work. They throw it back into the hands of Barksdale this time. Barksdale across. Ooh, Greiner cut right through the middle of the key. Portis pulls the trigger from 3. No, nothing but glass, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Workington.
Yeah, Colby had a little push off there before he got the rebound and threw his forearm into the North High player, and they're going to call you on that every time, mostly under the basket.
Ball comes back in, $1.50 to go here in this first quarter. Time flying by here in this boys game. Interior pass, and then one to the middle of the floor on the big end, doesn't go well, and that is up and in by Will Alexander, and that was a really nice touch shot with, turnover underneath the bucket. Michael Gentry, the one-handed pass from underneath the glass. You know the old saying, if you throw it with one hand, it's gone. Can't pull it back, and the man that told me that is about 6 feet away from me, Gary Saddam. You throw one-handers, and if it's a bad pass, it ain't coming back. He had better English than that.
Centennial pressure really working right now on the North High offense, unable to get the ball in or get it over half court. That ball, of course, is okay to throw into the backcourt there.
Barksdale being worked by Gentry. Portis comes in. Portis shoves off. No call, but the left-hander gets it to go. Strong shot there.
And
Christian
Portis is a strong kid. I mean, he's 6'3", probably 230 pounds.
Greiner stops and pulls up from about 12 feet. Can't get it to go on the fast break. Here come the Stars. 3-on-2 if they need it. Ashmore comes in. And he is, called for the offensive foul. And Coach Morin can't believe it. Thought for sure that the defender lowered his shoulder into it, but here comes Coach Santiago. 5 in, 5 out. As we see Dominique Christopher go out for the North High School Stars. 15-9, biggest lead for any team here in this first half. 6-pointer for the Golden Hawks. West in trouble, out to Paddy. Wild passes here by this second unit. Paddy has it in the corner, and he gets it to go. Rishi Paddy knocks his down, so the senior drops one in. They've doubled them up, 18-9. Full court pressure by the Golden Hawks. Stars beat it. And there's a nice look in the corner. Does that go? It does. Larry Atkerson. And the long, lanky North High Star puts it in. And foul by Curtis Green at the very end of the shot. Mason Solf put it up. And that's going to be a 3-shot attempt at the stripe with 10.3 seconds to go in this first quarter. 18-12. What a nice start, though.
Centennial really doing a good job of running the ball and getting offensive rebounds. They seem to be, they really have an advantage. And North not able to get the ball down the court and then really not even be able to get a good shot right now.
First of 3 missed by Mason Solf. Gets the second to go. And the third. So 2 out of 3 there. 20-12, another 8-point lead. The one-man press breaker, and that was pretty. And he gets it, Michael Gentry. Ole defense right down here on the sidelines. A reach in the middle of the floor. He beats that and then gets fouled and drops one in. So Michael Gentry answering the call.
A failure of Centennial on that possession by North to collapse down to this side of the court, and they just left him wide open. He had one man on him on his own and just went up and put it right off the glass and in.
Oh, held on to it. And that will do it for the first quarter.
And it clanks off the side of the rim.
20-14, Golden Hawks up 6. We'll be back right after this on KernhighNetwork.com. Welcome back, everybody. 20-14, festive night here at North High School. Golden Hawks up by 6. Kyle Wiley to my left, Kevin Willie to his left, Tom Myers to my right. Now the crowd's starting to get into it. Student section, cheerleaders. That's what we want to hear. First basketball night of the season.
It was great walking into the gymnasium tonight and seeing that brand new shiny floor. And what an environment for a first night of a basketball and a great crowd here at North High School.
Oh, missed the layup from point blank range, and they will get the call. Curtis Green with a rebound down low, but a bulldozer of a move. Shannon Ferguson just couldn't commit, just couldn't convert.
And somebody really hit the rack on that one and forced the backboard to kind of shake a little bit. I'm surprised they didn't call for goaltending on that one.
I think it was Warkentin. And the first to go for Curtis Green. Just underway, second quarter. Oh, rattles in and out, doesn't get it to go. Portis with a big board. Here comes Alexander. Griner, perfect look, and it goes. What a shooter.
Nice deep three-pointer by Justin there. That's his third of the game.
Got 8 attempts, I think.
He's had a few.
Ferguson in trouble in the corner, right where the Golden Hawks want him, but he gets out of it. Gentry, the great pass to Callie.
Fantastic no look there. And an easy put in by Callie.
Griner steps back, wants another look.
And his average is going up by the second.
Bo Redstone in between games advance. Probably the best shooter in the city, if not one of the top 2. And in Bo Redstone's summary says probably one of the top 3 players overall in the city. And I talked to Coach Santiago, and he just looked at me and said, well, I sure like him.
Justin dribbles well, and he shoots. When he gets hot, it's kind of hard to stop him. Even with that step back, that's the problem.
Portis into the corner, kicks it back out to Barksdale. Barksdale tries to get it to go, bounces in and out, can't get it to go. 26-17 right now. Golden Hawks up, and a ridiculous move out there by Curtis Green. Oh, man, crossed up, and he's still smiling. And the ball gets into the hands of Shannon Ferguson, who drops it in, but Curtis Green still grinning from ear to ear for crossing up Portis. Griner steps back again. This time has the ball deflected by Ferguson. But now Griner steps back again and says, oh, yeah? Back of the rim, almost went. So what a show being put on here. Alexander says, I want some. Gets it.
Justin Griner doesn't get blocked very often. In fact, I think I've only seen that happen tonight in all the years I've watched him play.
Atkerson, nice dish off to Ferguson. So for all of the long bomb shooting going on by the Golden Hawks, they're not getting back on defense a couple of times, but still an 8-point lead. And Coach Santiago will work with what he has. Alexander, they're looking for Griner, and Ferguson says, oh, he can't stay
and
close
Justin
enough
Griner.
to Justin Griner, and Griner is just lighting it up right now. 5 threes and a couple of 2s. He's just under 20 points so far.
You know, one of the other things that we haven't discussed about Justin is his ability to rebound the ball. His vertical leap is incredible, and he just knows where to go to get it. So, you know, we'll see him as the game carries on. We're going to see him doing more than just shooting three-pointers. We're probably going to see him rebounding the ball really well as also.
That'll be Golden Hawks basketball. 11-point lead right now for Centennial. Coach Santiago is putting the pressure on. How about this? Everybody wants in. Miller took a shot at it, didn't get it to go. Callie. North High School still willing to, and that's going to be a travel. They're trying to play a pretty up-tempo game and stay with these Golden Hawks, and Coach Santiago's fine with that because the turnovers are coming for the North High School Stars.
And Vance, it's worth their time because Centennial still isn't getting back on defense, so if North can run the table all the way down, they might have a chance of scoring a little bit easier.
Kyle Wiley to my left. Trying to keep up, trying to stay on the pace. Said, hey, fellas, don't expect a lot from me tonight in this second game. I've got quite a bunch to do here as our director-producer. He's doing a fabulous job. Inbound pass. Oh, could have been a look for Martin. Decided to come down low, not able to convert down low. Callie has it. Now all of a sudden it's 3-on-1. Callie's looking. Oh, and a nice pass, and it is up and in to Larry Atkerson.
Again, scoring points in transition. That's where North High's strength is right now. They need to kind of start going to that model a little more often. Again, the press that Centennial's trying to put on is keeping them from transitioning back on defense.
32-28, 9-point lead for Centennial. 4:28 to go here in the first half. Here it comes again, Coach Santiago. They had an exhibition game, but this is the first one for real, and he's deciding, hey, I'm going to go 5 for 5, 5 for 5, 5 for 5. I'll rotate the entire bench in and out, and that's what's happening. Ladies coach Amy Hall possibly could have used that strategy in the girls' game just to keep some of her players out of foul trouble. I mean that, you know, only in a fun way, only because her Lady Golden Hawks got in some serious foul trouble pretty early.
And she had a lead throughout the night at certain times where she could have put that strategy to good use. but stuck by her guns and maybe played some of the girls that were in foul trouble a little bit longer into the first and second quarters than maybe she should have, not knowing, of course, that it was going to transition to the way it did. I mean, a couple of her girls, 3 of them had 3 fouls by the end of the first half.
Allie gets it to drop. 7-point lead now with 4:27 to go here. Griner pulls from way downtown. I mean, it's the hash mark. Rebound comes up and goes in. So Griner has the ultimate green light. Madrina comes down, throws it up. There's a nice 3, but it's going to come up short. Battle for it, and here comes Griner again. Nice move. Griner passes off, has it stolen. A little bit out of control. Medina to Atkerson. He throws the one-hander. Here's a 3. That's taken. Does it go? It does not go by Ferguson. Breakneck speed. Alexander. Give and go down low to Workington. Workington has it blocked. Knocked away by Atkerson. North High's got some skilled players, some talented players. Just can't get the buckets to drop right now. Workington hands it to Portis. Portis, he wants to go with a one-handed pass, has it blocked. Workington comes up, puts it up and in. Boy, you got to like that. When the big fella, the football player's dropping in some points for you.
Nice feed down low and the easy turnaround. Nobody was there. And usually those are hard. You put those off the back of the iron if you don't use the backboard. He put that one right in the bucket in a perfect spot. Nice, easy shot. And again, North High having trouble putting the easy ones in right now.
Alexander misses from point-blank range, and it will be, should be, could be, and it is a possession arrow situation. Coach Santiago, 5 new players. It'll be Golden Hawk ball underneath the hoop. And another thing that Griner's probably philosophizing over is, hey, look, if it's going to be 5 in, 5 out, while I'm in, they're going up. If I know it's a 5-for-5 deal, I'm shooting.
And don't be fooled, number 3,
Has
Tyler Kennedy can also rain the three-pointer as well.
At this moment, look at this. What do you think? Oh, no, we don't have our first dunk of the new gym.
Curtis Green just couldn't get it to throw down.
And bucket by Noah West. Coach Moran looking for the fouls, not getting them, and that will definitely be a foul on Tyler Kennedy. So Curtis Green almost had the first dunk in the gym's history, but it did not go down.
North High now in the double bonus, so they'll shoot 2 for the remainder of the second quarter, this first half of the game, every time they go to the line now.
Gentry at the line. He's had a couple of really nice, strong moves to the bucket. Misses the first of 2. They're down 7 right now, and as Kyle mentioned during the girls' game, at any level, free throws are crucial, but certainly at the high school level, college players, it's become so ingrained in them just to stroke them. Pros, unless you're Shaq, you don't miss them at all.
It's all muscle memory.
Right.
And practice pretty much fixes that problem if you, unless you're Shaq, because it's like shooting a golf ball.
And the putback by Ben Dokolis gets it to go, and Solf comes in and knock it out of Curtis Green's hand. 2:11 here left in the first half.
I think the big reason for the 5-on-5 isn't the offensive portion, it's the defensive portion.
Yeah, you're so right.
Because they're doing full court press the whole time, so it's fresh bodies to do that full court press.
And Kyle, when Hernan saw a letdown on that second unit in the full court press, that's all he needed to see. This is what he wants right here. Heavy duty, full court pressure. And Christopher finally gets the ball over, and it ends up in the hands of Gentry. Gentry almost has it stolen. It's batted away, and that's the pressure Coach Santiago's looking for. They're up 14 right now. Coach Moran just trying to keep his guys stable and in it, but those one-handed passes are not going to work. And they're going to give him the whole lane, and he decides to take it, but that's going to be a block on Dominique Christopher with 1:39 to go. Foul on North High.
You know, I talked to Coach Santiago earlier before the game, and I said, well, you know, you've lost Alec Check, who is statistically number 1, number 2, and number 3 in every category this past season. And how do you replace a guy like that? And he basically said that wasn't even a concern of his. He has so much talent and so much depth on this squad this year that he would take this over Alec and his talent any day of the week, because this is really a squad that has come together and they're going to build around additions of Greiner. Greiner, he says, is a great teammate. He's really glad to have him in the program, and they're really looking forward to building something this year. They're going to give a lot of teams in the SWYL fits.
I don't know. Alec Check was a special talent. That's a tough call right there.
That's Hernan Santiago being Hernan Santiago.
Yeah, I hear that.
Hernan told me, he goes, can you imagine if I'd have had him last year with Check to kick him out and vice versa? I said, yeah, well, another thing I learned from Gary Saddam, if ifs and buts were cherries and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. North breaks the press for a second, but Workington goes down there to steal it. And Portis is going to end up with it. Greiner is positioned, but Portis says, I got it. Comes up short, launched again, and Alexander pulls the trigger. He gets it to go. So the threes are raining right now in the new North High gym by the Centennial Golden Hawks.
And the offensive rebounding of Centennial is really giving North a big problem. And their working team doing a great job on the steal and scores.
Greiner. In traffic, Gentry. Behind the back, between the legs.
And I think they're going to call a foul there on Barksdale.
May have to dial down our microphones over there on Kevin's camera. Got a parent or two a bit upset right now. As we have Michael Gentry dropping it from the free throw line. And we'll see Ferguson come back in. He comes in for Ashmore.
I do got to say this, my favorite player all time, Christian Portis, reminds me of Sam Perkins, who is my all-time favorite. Big Smooth. I'm going to call him Little Smooth when we're out there.
Man, he does pull the trigger from way down, that southpaw. Big fella. You expect him to post up, and he just says, no, give it to me out here. Alexander, jump stop, great pass down low. And he had Hadi, can't get it to convert, and that'll be North High basketball.
Sam Perkins, you're going back away.
Hey,
back in the book, man.
One of my favorites all time. Big Smooth right there.
One of Magic's favorite of all time, too.
Got to give him for Will Alexander. His hustle plays are great.
Will this be the first dunk? Well, almost. Ferguson, everybody's looking for it, and whistle blew for a second.
Three-second differential on the shot clock right now, maybe 4.
Hadi takes a look from the corner, doesn't get it to go, rebound. Alexander can pull the trigger. Oh, and he's going to get 3.
Almost got the 4-point play on that one.
So he will shoot 3. Super smart, savvy player, Will Alexander, and he'll go to the line and shoot 3. You're right, that almost went down for a 4-point play.
You know, we covered him against Frontier last year. That's what we talked about, is him being savvy both defensively and offensively, and he does a great job. Kind of reminds of his quarterback play, just crafty and savvy. Definitely has it here tonight, just a natural athlete.
You're so right. Alexander makes the second of 2. 1 more to go here, and this could be an 18-pointer.
You know, Vance, we were at Stockdale, and we heard the Black Hole chant, "We like free points." And this right here is these, for a shooter like Alexander, these are free points right here that you can't just give the opponent.
And that sweet stroke. makes it a 19-pointer. They go for the long bomb again. This could be in trouble here, and it is. So it's going to be right back on the baseline that it started on.
And he would have been smart because he could have gotten a hold of that ball. He would have been smart to go after it, and even if he couldn't save it, and push it out of bounds to keep the ball down at this end of the court.
Right. Yep, great point, Tom. Alexander gets it down to Portis. Portis can't handle it. Ball comes down low, still on the ground. What's going to happen? They'll say possession arrow to North High School. Two 22.4 seconds remain here, and we see a rare 1-for-1 substitution. Warkentine will come out. Douglas will go in.
If I were North High, I'd try to save this for a final shot. And you got to get it back across the court first, but I definitely wouldn't want to give Centennial any other chances to score in this quarter.
Well, they put it up quickly, but he gets his own rebound, and he'll go to the line. So Shannon Ferguson just wanted to get that shot off, got his own rebound. He'll go to the line.
Curious to see the substitutions right here on Hernan Santiago with 9 seconds left. Does he get all his shooters in there to get another three to really extend this lead for the Golden Hawks? You never know. It's super aggressive. I mean, they have a few shooters on there, but see if they throw Griner back in there or not.
Well, it's the first to go.
Good news for Griner. He still only had, he got 2 quick fouls early, and then there was no other fouls after that, so he's kind of saved himself for the second half here. And I think it's because they stretched out that offense a little bit.
Yeah.
And the ball goes, oh, what a turnover for the Stars. 17-point deficit they're battling with right now, not handling the ball right well. Oh, they changed the call. One official called it one way, the other called the other way. It'll still be North basketball, and Coach Santiago says, wait a second, I like the first call a lot.
Good chance for a 4-point swing here.
And that is a turnover. So here come the Golden Hawks with 5 seconds to make something happen here at the end of the first half, and Alexander floats one up, and it's called for the foul. He will shoot with time expired. Oh, no.
That turnover at the end right there at North High, as they got the ball back and forced it, it's critical now because it could be, really extending this lead to 19 instead of 14 they could have had.
So here's what we think might be automatic. Alexander, the first of 2. Oh, misses the second. And that'll do it. We will take a break here. 50-32. The Golden Hawks have taken the wind out of the sails here in the brand new gymnasium. Action-packed first half here on KernHighNetwork.com. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Vance Palm, Tom Myers, Kyle Wiley, Kevin Willie here for the Kern High School District. This is KernHighNetwork.com. Kyle, your thoughts on the first half?
I mean, it was a track meet right off the bat. We talked about how quick the pace was, and that's kind of the modern style game that we have, is get the ball up as quickly as you can. You see Roy Williams in North Carolina kind of be one of those advocates of just a fast-paced game. No more half-court game, it's a full-court game. So not only do you have to match a full-court offense with a full-court defense, the whole way that you practice, the whole way that you condition has just changed. And it's thanks to guys like you talked about it on the broadcast, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, all those guys that are just shoot the ball as many times as you can and get as many shots as you can. And we see both teams doing that without hesitation. It's part of their formula.
Tom Myers?
Centennial's full court press is really stifling North High right now.
Yeah.
They got to find a way to get the ball up the court and get some ball movement in transition, because they had success when they start to run the ball and run the court. And so they're going to have to find a way to, stop dishing the ball underneath down low and getting trapped by two guys. And then Centennial's not even getting back on defense because they're not respecting that length that North needs to run down the court. So North High is really going to have to turn this around in the second half by getting the ball up the court.
50-30 to the score. Again, program reminders tomorrow night. First ever and the first ever in the state of California, Spanish-only high school soccer game, and you can only get it live on KernHighNetwork.com from one of our teams. Who's announcing that game, Kyle?
That is going to be Javier Valdez, who is Javier Cervantes is actually the head coach at East Bakersfield High School, head boys soccer coach. Known him for a long time, was a former Roadrunner himself, played at Cal State Bakersfield, and he's very excited to be a part of that. And he's just a great person, great man, great soccer mind, and he's excited. The whole community is excited about that.
South hosting Golden Valley for that.
Yep.
You and I and Kevin will be at Ridgeview High School, the Wolfpack, welcoming in the BHS Drillers. Girls game at 5:15, boys game right after that. That ought to be, as we've seen here, a track race. Going to be a super fast game. And then Wednesday night at Centennial High School, Tom Myers will be on the public address microphone as we host the annual Kern County All-Stars volleyball game, seniors only. Looking forward to that. That's going to be at Centennial. And as the second half starts, a nice dish down low to Colby Workington. Ball batted away by Callie, but they call him for the foul. So Callie called for the foul as we get underway here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Workington really strong down there, and, they're going to have to find a way to shut him down, because as he finds room down there low, all they got to do is feed the ball, and he's got a really good, quick 5-foot jumper right there at the net.
You notice Griner right there, Vance, you said great pass. One of the few times we haven't seen him shoot, but if he can pass the way he shoots, man, he's a heck of a passer.
Nice battle for the basketball. Great hustle, great job. And good hustle by Shannon Ferguson, but unfortunately the ball bounced back at his hands. He thought it hit the line and was out, but good hustle no matter what. Centennial will take it up top. Alexander has it, stops at the free throw line, just inside the key, back over, and Griner, that's all he needs. Feet were set, hands were ready, just came off a little bit, and hassled out there. Barksdale giving Michael Gentry some problems. I'll tell you what, if you're a North High School basketball player and you have the ball in your hands, it is not safe. You have got to be very decisive and very intent-laden when you have it.
I'll tell you, North High's missing his Shannon Wafer from last year. He's one of the fastest cats we've ever seen run the floor at point guard position. I think he'd give a little bit of fits for Centennial right here because he's blazing. He's one of the fastest kids I've ever seen.
That was one of the craziest fourth quarters in high school basketball. He single-handedly brought the North High School Stars back into it. There's a bad shot by Barksdale, rebound Stars. And they've got numbers if they want it, and they do. And here we go, 2-on-1, 2-on-2, and it is put up and in by Shannon Ferguson, trying to cut back into this lead, 50-34.
And against Vance, Centennial not getting back once again, and if they can find the crease, North High may have some success. Great shot by Portis there.
Sure was. Great fundamental footwork there, and just spins, comes around, and throws it off the glass. Callie wants to go down low, has it, puts it up. That ball is rejected And
Workentine with the big block there right underneath the net.
Alexander for 3. And it is now a 21-point ball game. We are just underway in the third quarter. Callie comes up, pump fakes, and comes up just a hair short, doesn't get it to go.
Workentine not leaving the floor right now. I think he was told by Santiago to stay down, and that one's going to fall for Griner. He's going to get the and 1.
Gentry on the foul, and I think on Coach Moran, you maybe just stop the action here for a second because there is so much more basketball to go. You don't want this to get too out of hand. 57-34.
And here we go with the line change once again for Centennial.
It's a great way to say it. No hockey sticks, but
I call them like I see them.
A whole big change. Griner comes up short from the line, and a battle for the basketball, just aggressive basketball, and Griner gets it to go.
And that may be Griner's 7th or 8th three-pointer of this game.
Ball bounces on the baseline. Coach Santiago still bringing it on pretty heavy.
Yeah, Hernan's not going to relax on this end at all because he knows what's coming up in league, and he knows he's going to have some pretty heavy competition in preseason. So they're going to get it all worked out right now.
Another turnover. Callie throws it away. Laid up and in, or not in, by Tyler Kennedy. Ball bounces out. That ball was halfway down the hoop. Now Kennedy takes another look at it. He wants a little bit more. Throws it out. Bad pass, but saved out there. Here come the Golden Hawks. Up off the glass, doesn't get it to go. And it gets his own rebound, puts it in, it doesn't go again. And that's Ben Douglas that can't get it to go. And now we've got West. Stops at the free throw line. Pulls it up. He can't get it to go. But it's a rebound. Golden Hawks. Another offensive rebound. And the long one put up out there. And another offensive rebound. This one by Tyler Kennedy. And possession arrow will go to North High School. 4 shots, 4 offensive rebounds. 60-34, Centennial all over North right now.
I think North High is going to practice box-out drills tomorrow and work on getting those rebounds, getting physical, putting a body on someone. 4 offensive rebounds it's a killer, but Hernan Santiago's got to love that. Offensive rebounds and aggressive defense.
And that's going to be a walk. Gentry picked his feet up. So when the disjointedness starts to settle in, it kind of affects all parts of the game. Even when you're uncontested, walking it up on the break, you'll still kind of be susceptible to a mental lapse, and that's what happened when it's coming at you in all directions.
First time tonight we're seeing number 20, Anthony Keys, now coming into the game for North High.
Got him on the ground. They're going to say no shot, so Alexander will take the ball out. Boy, how impressed are you with Will Alexander, the 6-foot senior. Great basketball player, just a great all-around athlete.
Also a golfer in the spring, so he's just all natural, all that. He's a
Man
really
after
good
my own
golfer.
heart.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll say this, North High, remember last year, Vance, we talked about, and he was a force this year on the football field, is Victor Blue Boggs. We haven't seen him. I don't even see him on the bench, so I wonder if he's playing this year. Him and the combination of him and Wafer last year, phenomenal.
Well,
look at him.
I see 4 players for North High that the shirts haven't even come off.
Yeah.
The T-shirts haven't even come off, so that'll be a foul on Shannon Ferguson. Another turnover by North High School, and Ferguson forced to foul to keep the easy 2-footer from going in. And we've got somebody that's fouled out, Tom.
Yeah, just a minute ago, number 24, Michael Gentry for North had his 5th foul, and that's it for him for the night. Didn't realize Gentry was in any trouble until just then. 5 minutes still here to go in the third quarter.
I didn't either, and it just happened. And so yeah, we got 3 or 4, at least 3 of the North High Stars that haven't taken their shirt off.
Well, we have 3 starters on the bench right now.
Yeah, they must be in trouble. Yeah, that's a nice press break there.
You know, it's Hernan Santiago can't be happy about that, watching some of his teams not get back. There are going to be teams in the league that are going to run the table on that, and if they don't practice getting back now, that's not going to bode for them well when it comes time for league.
Another turnover, but that's turned back over. Anthony Keys Jr. throws the ball away again, but it's picked up and put in by Shannon Ferguson. 65-54, 38 to score. 28-point lead right now for the Golden Hawks. And
that one didn't even clank iron.
The teardrop did not go down. And here's Ferguson again, uncontested. I know Coach Santiago never wants to see that. Here's Griner, and that's a walk. No call. Ooh. I guess when you're smoking hot, you let it go. Can he? He does. He pulls it back in again. And here's some poor defensive effort. But right now, Coach Santiago, he just wants it across half court. And here comes Alexander. He pulls the trigger. It's starting to get a little ugly out there. No rim, all glass. And here comes Anthony Keys. Anthony Keys gives and shakes and bakes. No, they're going to say he walked.
That was a little bit of a walk on that one. And he's getting it from the bench over there.
I think Coach Moran's got a different team than we're seeing here tonight, completely on the floor. Got 3 players, 3 starters that have not taken off their T-shirts tonight to even get on the floor.
And he's got a couple of boys over there sitting on the bench in street clothes.
Another long 3 pulled, and that goes. That's a great-looking shot by Max Ritchie. Wow, Ritchie with no time at all. Up and in. And that is another bucket out there by Shannon Ferguson. If he wasn't playing against the Golden Hawks tonight, he'd be up for Tony's Pizza Player of the Game.
Ritchie, by the way, was a late add to the roster, so he just made the squad.
Well, he's pulling the trigger, that's for sure. And here comes Ferguson again. Ferguson down the lane, gets shoved. Ferguson stops, pulls up. Does he get it to go? He doesn't. And a rebound by Noah West. Noah West.
Noah West, yeah.
Rashid Padi goes up and, he'll travel. They say he walked.
Well, right now, the only starter on the court for Centennial looks to be Noah West. Actually, I digress. Noah wasn't even a starter. So right now, it doesn't appear that there are any starters on the court for Centennial.
Turnover, North stepped on the baseline. So under 3 to go here in the third quarter. 26-point lead for the Golden Hawks, and neither team taking the pedal off, taking their foot off the pedal. They're still going at it.
Hey, and as a side note, Vance, you noticed on that last play, the great defensive play by I don't know who it was on the squad for Centennial, but the bench of starters hopped up and were clapping and patting him on the back and really giving him, congratulations for making a great play. You love to see that out of your starters supporting their backup players.
Keys with a great move. Couldn't get it to fall. Tried to pass down low. Still a battle for the basketball. And we're going to see Dominique Christopher working hard for it. And this crowd very appreciative of it.
And Keys with a really good pass down low, just right around that player. That was a quick pass. It couldn't be handled by, it looked like number 34, James Johnson. But still, Keys actually, showing a little bit of fire here in this third quarter as we're getting down 2:38 to go.
And now we see number 34, James Johnson, finally does come into the game.
And Johnson with a 3.
How's that? Hey, we want you to go in the game finally with 2:29 left in the third quarter. Oh, and the second you get in, you're going to have the ball thrown to you and just drain a 3. Okay, that's all you want, Coach.
And then we're going to have a big turnover. So knowing Hernan Santiago, he's going to put up with this for a little while.
There's your guy, Blue Victor Boggs, Kyle.
It's Victor Blue Boggs is what I understand. Yep. They had it a little different in different order, but like he goes by Blue.
No, I like it, Blue Victor Boggs. I like Blue Vic.
I'll tell you, Johnson and Boggs were cogs on that North High football team, especially Johnson playing the linebacker position. Definitely a leader on the court, so sometimes you need those football players in there, if not necessarily for their skills, but for their leadership.
Well, they both pulled the trigger quickly. Blue dropped one, missed his, but he pulled from the deep corner. Johnson touched the ball for a half a second. It was a 3. All right, back in, 2:15 left in the third. West comes around the corner. They're moving the ball around the perimeter now. Try to go down low with it. Johnson with the steal, throws it over to Ferguson. Ferguson probably will go at it, and he does. He has a mismatch there with Clayton Bowen, who's 5'5", and Ferguson's all of 6'2", so he just went right at him with 2:02 to go here in the third quarter. 23-point lead for Centennial, but we're seeing some new bodies on the floor for the North High School Stars, and When we say that, as Tom would say, line shift. Line change. What did you say?
Line change.
Line
All they're
right.
missing is the wall.
The entire shift. It sticks in the wall.
You know, Vance, we've talked about the last few years covering these games, the importance of fundamentals and entry-level passes. We see too many balls getting tipped, one-handed passes. Where's the two-hand up and then come down underneath or down and over the top, pump fakes, all that? We just don't see a whole lot of it anymore because of these one-handed passes that go on.
Under 2 to go here. North trying to get it. Alexander, he pulls the trigger. He misses. Griner pulled from about 30. He'll do it again. Doesn't get that to go as well. Big rebound by Keys. Here's 3-on-1. Keys wants to go to the rack. What a nice pass. Gets it in, and there's a block by Griner, but he'll be called for the foul. So to the naked eye, you're thinking to yourself, how in the world does a coach allow him to pull those shots? But has a green light, he scored 30-something the other night up north and early in the season. And Coach Santiago really letting it go here.
And I think he has more than 30 tonight. I'm sure that as we get into the regular season, those will be fewer and farther between as the season progresses for Justin.
I'm sure they'll tighten things up a bit.
Yep.
Boggs get the second to go. 20-point ball game. Another one-handed pass. Portis has it in the corner, wants to go down low, and that's a carry. So quietly, steadily, North High School plotting themselves back in this game with 1:26 to go in the third. Can they weather this Golden Hawks full court pressure?
North has done a little bit better job of getting the ball up the court and avoiding that pressure, that full court pressure. So, again, this is another example. They only have one guy back, Colby Workentine, and he barely is able to keep him from getting that ball and then going to the rack all alone with nobody else.
Ferguson gets it in. They want to get it back in the corner to Ferguson, and they throw it away to Workington. And now here comes Griner. Griner comes in, and that'll be offensive goaltending.
Colby Workentine trying to put it down before it came out of the halo.
And Griner's got the big hops. Absolutely has the big hops. He floated in there, but Workington came in afterwards and knocked it out. And Griner just working it. He wants that Tony's Pizza player of the game more than anything. So he's thinking, if I have 40 and a couple of assists, a couple of rebounds.
I will say this, North High has changed up their approach on guarding him. They put Blue Boggs face guarding him. Your fastest receiver DB type you're putting right on him.
And Boggs pulls the trigger. Does it go? In and out, doesn't go. And it's put back in by Shannon Ferguson.
And we're starting to see some offensive rebounds now by the North High Stars. And a little bit of a spark here as they pulled it within 18.
Alexander pump fakes and travels. So now Coach Santiago grimacing over the lack of execution and seeming lack of focus here when they were up 26 and 28, I think, at one point. So some frustration starting to seep in over at that Golden Hawks sidelines. Portis hassling. Johnson has it down low, and the big fellow will come in, and that'll be an offensive foul as Ben Douglas was stationary, standing there and waiting for it.
Yeah, North High doing a much better job of getting the ball up the court. And, you know, it's like we talk about ebb and flow of the game.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be said for when things start going your way, they really start going your way. And when they start falling apart on you, the same thing holds true. And Centennial's kind of been losing. You know, they lost the ball a couple of times down here, had a double dribble, had a travel. So we'll see if what we're going to find out here in the third quarter, what North High's made of.
Alexander to Portis. Portis. He shakes and bakes. Now Barksdale has it. Back over to Alexander. Everybody wants to pull the trigger. Portis does. Gets it to go. And little Sam Perkins drops one in.
Big three-pointer by Portis, about 5 feet beyond the arc there.
Put it back to a 21-point game. Keys trying to get out of trouble. He's trapped, and he steps on the sidelines, and that'll be Golden Hawk basketball. So when that trap is coming at you, you got to get rid of it or dribble out of it. And he did neither and got stuck.
Good thing Coach Santiago was over there to help that call.
Yeah, the officials would have never seen it if Hernan wasn't jumping around. And that's a reach. That's a reach, and it's going to be on Shannon Ferguson.
You know, I'll say this. Centennial is high risk, high reward. I mean, there are some times where they're looking like unstoppable, and there are other times where they're looking sloppy, things aren't going their way, and just like this, they're up 21 now.
Well, they've got Greiner in. He may make a break for it. He may look for a pick right here and go deep. He wants the ball in his hands, and Santiago put him in for that very reason. And he puts it up, and it does not go.
But it was close.
Alexander puts it up at the buzzer, and it doesn't go there either. So 73-52, 21-point lead, 1 quarter left to go here on this beautiful Lloyd Williams court at North High School on KernHighNetwork.com. (73-52), 21-point lead for the Centennial Golden Hawks here. First game for the 2017-2018 high school season that we're calling here on KernHighNetwork.com. Vance Palm alongside Tom Myers, Kyle Wiley, Kevin Willie. The quartet is here for you tonight. Golden Hawks will take the ball out to start this fourth quarter. Kennedy, beautiful pass down low, great design play out of the timeout, and Ben Douglas. But here come the North High School Stars. Oh, and the left-handed shot by Ferguson doesn't go. Here comes Noah West, and a bad pass there, so getting a little sloppy here in this fourth quarter. First game of the season, that's cause in itself for things to not be as crisp as they should be, but when it's been an elevated sense of excitement here with this new gym tonight, emotions have been boiling over in a positive way all night. A little overpassing there by the Golden Hawks, and here comes James Johnson. He's trying to get slick, and Noah West comes in. West with a nice pass, and it goes up and in by Andrew Martin. Noah West playing with a high sense of emotion now, and his coaching staff saying, hey, come on now. We're up 25, fourth quarter. Oh, you're playing hard. Let's use our head here. And what he did was give Shannon Ferguson a hard time trying to bring the ball in, reaching over the line and messing with him a little bit. And the ref said, please, guys, please. But Greiner back in.
This veteran officiating crew is pretty good. These guys are going to keep this thing in check so that nothing gets out of hand.
I was going to, and another errant pass. Greiner takes it, puts it up, and
fouls his own guy.
Crashes the board and knocks his own guy over, but called for the hop travel.
Yeah.
Crashed the board and just bowled over Workington. Fortunately,
and it takes a lot to run over Colby Workington.
Right.
He's a big kid.
Yep. Curtis Green getting himself in trouble, picking that dribble up. Keys has it. Keys looking to get rid of it. In the corner, he does to Blue. That comes up short, rebound Portis. Here comes Alexander down the far side, and hey, look at this. Justin Greiner lays it up and in. Again, trouble. Keys dribbles out of it, and a bad pass to James Johnson. So 25-point lead for the Golden Hawks, and 5 more players will come on for Coach Santiago.
He's going to pull in again. You know, he's been swapping them out all night long, keeping fresh legs in there to keep that press on. And it has worked somewhat, although not as effective here in the second half as it did in the first. North found a little bit of a chink in the armor to try and get through what was going on with the shutdown that Centennial was putting on him.
Shot goes up by Bowen. Now Bowen goes to the hole. Now he throws it back out, taken by West right below us. West goes up, overpasses, had a shot at a bucket, but it's still rebounded or still picked up by the Golden Hawks. West picks it up and puts it in. So, man, that was easy. I should have just backed up behind the arc and taken the shot.
A little copy of what Justin Greiner does there.
Green dribbles out of trouble. Green looking green, just says, I'll take it in, but no, gets called for the charge, and that is Rishi Padi who takes the charge. And we're going to see, I think we're going to see Ray J. Bell come in, and we are. So another football player will step on the floor. And I apologize earlier. Thought they may have been in trouble. They're just football players.
All football players.
Coach Morin just looking at them to come in at the right time. That's my mistake. Thought they were in the doghouse with Matt. Because sometimes kids can be in the doghouse with their coaches. But they're just football players that are trying to get a feel for it. Workington to Alexander. Alexander overpasses. There's the one right there. And Blue has it. There's Blue, and Blue lays it up and in.
That pass was so good that I think Blue missed it. He thought it was going the other direction and then realized it was out in front of him.
Alexander in the corner. They don't trap him, though, so they give him some space. Workington comes up, puts it. Oh, it doesn't drop. Now Ferguson has it. He'll pass over to Green. Green behind the back. Nice work there. Green has the ball deflected. No, they're going to say straight turnover by Curtis Green. 5:13 to go here in the fourth quarter. Don't forget, tomorrow night, South hosting Golden Valley in soccer, Spanish only, Español solamente, and then we'll also be over at Ridgeview, Wolfpack hosting the Drillers in basketball. Wednesday night, Tom Myers, myself, Kyle, Kevin will be at the annual Kern County All-Star Volleyball game for the seniors only. Tyler Kennedy drops in a three right there. 28-point lead now for the Golden Hawks, and here is another turnover. Alexander scoops that one up in midair and drops it in, and now Coach Morin's going to call a timeout. We'll take it. 4:47 left to go in the fourth quarter. 87-54, all Centennial here on KernHighNetwork.com. Welcome back, everybody. Tom and I and Kyle and Kevin, we're enjoying the acrobatics during the timeouts. One of the cheerleaders would do one, then this 8-year-old kid would do one. It was nice. The last one, he took one off the forehead, though. I think he's going to hang it up for a couple minutes.
Hey, but he sold it.
He
sold it, man.
Well, the first one he had was a nice clean flip. So then the cheerleader got up and did one. She tumbled and fell on her bum. So he says, oh, I got it. I'm winning this. But then he came up short on a twister, took one off his forehead. So never a dull moment here in the groundbreaking of the new gym. And we're in trouble here. No, they get it back out to Callie. And he comes up and lays it up and in, gets it to go.
And we haven't seen him in the entire second half here hardly. So it's good to see him back in the game and being productive all of a sudden.
West stops, pulls up, gets it to Andrew Martin. Andrew Martin. He throws
Callie
it away.
with the block.
Here comes James Johnson. Nice give and go, and puts it in the hands of Ashmore. Ashmore fouled.
You know, Vance, you and I covered Highland West in a playoff game in football. And one thing we noticed about Highland, they're always their foot is always on the gas pedal, both offensively and defensively. And I see this with Hernan. So this game has become a runaway a little bit, but that's just the style, the system that he has. It's full court defense, it's full court offense. And sometimes maybe viewers say, hey, how come they don't back off a little bit? That's not their style and it's not their system. So it's just part of who they are and what they do. So I just see a lot of similarities with people's systems and styles of play.
Up off the glass, hard work down there. Johnson crushing it down low. James Johnson working hard, grabs the board, puts it back up. I agree completely with you. And to your point and to Tom's point, things will tighten up a little bit as we get into January. I can't imagine Coach Santiago is going to go 5 for 5 in substitutions when he gets into January, nor do I think if teams are beating his press when it's BHS and Liberty and Stockdale that he's going to stay in that full court press when it starts to become league play. When that thing gets beat a couple times and you're in the fourth quarter in a league game, sometimes you'll pull it off. But tonight he has the luxury. Here's Griner. He can't believe it. Can't believe it. He did not pull the trigger, and I think when he goes against what he wants to do by nature, as you say, memory muscle takes over and he traveled.
It's something Kyle had alluded to a little while ago. We were talking about, kind of the runaway. The funny thing about runaways is that they don't look like runaways immediately, and if you think about it in terms of points at the end, it's only 8 points a quarter difference right now, and that's not a lot. That's 4 shots. And so North has done a pretty good job tonight. I know they're down 30 right now, but in the grand scheme of things, they've scored. They've had some success.
That beautiful pass by Griner down to Douglas. That was nice. Everybody in the county thought it shooting that thing. Callie has it. 5 on 4 if they want it. And Griner hustles. And I do love that about that young man. Top scorer, top everything tonight, and still working hard. What an athlete.
Justin does a really good job of playing defense and always has. He's got he's a speedy kid. The one thing I noticed about him this year, though, he's put on a little bit of weight, like some muscle compared to years previous where he was really skinny. And so obviously he's been doing some work in the weight room, and that's definitely helped his game.
Shannon Ferguson with the left. That was really sweet. Got his own rebound and dropped it in with a left. Turnover Centennial. So
Grant Barksdale got away with a double dribble there really quick for a second there. So, and then, of course, turns it over. The basketball gods always square things.
Oh. A fortuitous bounce for the Stars. Can't take advantage of it, but Ray J. Bell tried to throw a super strong pass over to James Johnson. It bounced off the glass right into the hands of Michael Ashmore, but Ashmore couldn't convert. 3:07 to go here in the fourth quarter. Johnson has a clean look. Rebound, Golden Hawks. Portis over to Barksdale. To Portis. Portis says, oh, I'll take it. No, I won't. And Portis comes in. He kicks it out in the corner. This is Tyler Kennedy from the corner. Can't get that to go. Rebound, Callie. And Callie lost it right into the hands of a Golden Hawk. Alexander throws this one out to Kennedy. Kennedy can't get it to go. All of a sudden there's a lid on the basket. Alexander says, I'll take that lid. No, he can't get it. And that should be North High basketball, and it is. 2:28 to go here in this fourth quarter. 30-point lead for the Golden Hawks. They have reigned on the second half of the parade tonight in this new gym. Lloyd Williams Court being broken in by a win from the Lady Stars, but the boys team here struggling against a talented, athletic, fast, and seriously intent defensive team for the Golden Hawks. Johnson goes back up, gets it to go, and he'll go to the line.
And that foul, I think, is going to go against Max Ritchie down there below. Got him on the wrist as he was going up, but he was too powerful and put the ball in the hoop.
Here comes West, and that'll be a foul. That's going to be on Callie. Oh, they call offensive.
He looked like he had his feet set there. I would have been surprised had they called that a charge.
Wow.
Called that a block.
I thought he was sideways and dipped the shoulders. What do I know? Boggs back over to Callie. Callie over to Ferguson. Back to Callie. Give and go to Ferguson. I like it. Free throw line. Doesn't go, though. Rebound, West. Here comes West. Over to Bowen. Bowen says, I want it. And he gets it. 3 for Clayton Bowen, the 5'5 sophomore. The long bomb now to Boggs. Boggs wants to go hard to the hole. Comes up and it's blocked by Potty. And a foul after that. So nice work by Rishi.
Both teams now in the bonus, so it's going to be a 1-and-1 situation.
You ready for that Kern High All-Star volleyball game?
I'm excited. I love that game every year. I know a lot of girls playing in that game this year, a lot of girls that I've announced, a lot of girls I had the pleasure of calling on the Kern High Network this year. So it's always an exciting, kind of a bittersweet night because it's the last time you'll watch them play in the high school setting. And a lot of those girls I'm really fond of, so it's going to be a fun night.
I may pull up some underclassmen to do a little commentating with me, since they're not going to have to face those girls anymore. You can talk about them when you're not going to have to face them anymore, you know. Bring up Lise Ferreira, come in there and have her say a few words and talk about what it's like to play against some of those seniors. Lexi McLeod signed with Northridge. Johnson takes a nice pass up off the glass. Beautiful dish out there by Shannon Ferguson. What a nice player Ferguson is.
A great lay-in by Johnson there on that play, too. He went strong to the hoop, even though he had somebody bearing down on him.
Max Ritchie.
Ritchie drains a second 3.
Oh, Max. Ferguson wants it all himself. Ferguson has at least high 20s tonight. West, look out, and that's going to be, oh, wow. A lot of contact, no call. And look at this, Potty looks for 3. He gets it. Rishi Prati.
Centennial crowd really likes that score.
You can tell he's a hard worker, role player, works the boards. Tough D, but he got to the 100 mark, the century mark with that 3. So 5 new players come in for Coach Santiago. We will not go anywhere. We'll wrap things up quickly here. Give everybody an opportunity to get home. Our Tony's Pizza player of the game could be, should be, might be a foregone conclusion. Will Alexander over to Kennedy. Kennedy throws it out in the corner. And Barksdale back over to Alexander. All of a sudden, everybody's awfully shy about pulling these threes. Blue has it, and he's going to be batted away. He chases it down, and that's a foul. And it's a Grant Barksdale foul. 24.6.
Boy, and you got to give it to Blue Boggs. I'll tell you what, he's quick. And he's not a tiny guy. He's got a little bit of weight on him, but he's a solid kid, and he sure can get up the court fast.
I'm going to go out on a limb right now and just wrap up this Tony's Pizza thing right now. How about if we go ahead and give it to the young man that is just almost single-handedly knocked the entire North High School
Big Smooth
squad out of here.
Big
Smooth?
Smooth?
Big Smooth's not getting it tonight. It is Justin Greiner, and
Yeah,
I'll go
absolutely.
1-on-3 against you guys. Greiner, I don't know his point total, but I'd say in the 40s, and also worked hard on D and grabbed rebounds and made some nice passes. So, Justin Greiner, congratulations. You are the Tony's Pizza player of the game. And for the girls' game earlier, it was Aileen Rodriguez. So, Aileen and Justin will be handed Tony's Pizza's gift certificates, T-shirts, and everything in class. And North High School still battling down low. Johnson goes up, and he gets fouled, 7.8. He'll go to the line again. Alexander doesn't like the call because there's 7.8 left. But the Golden Hawks hit the century mark. Coach Santiago's got to be happy with that. A lot of great things happened in this game tonight. Literally, our post game is going to be right after this 7.8. I'll get you guys' opinion of it because we have 2 more nights of big-time sports ahead of us. Free throw missed by Johnson. So, Coach Matt Morin and his North High School Stars, there's some things to be very happy with this North High School team. They're going to do very, very well in Lee. They've got some talent. And I think Alexander now is going to let this thing go. They hit the century mark, and they might just stay with it. So that'll do it. Tom Myers, your thoughts tonight on the boys' game?
Well, I think we saw pretty much what we were expecting tonight out of Centennial. I knew they were going to be running and gunning, and they were going to be giving a little bit of trouble to the North High team. I just didn't realize how much with that press. I didn't realize that was really going to hold them down. On the other end of it, though, I think we didn't really see the true North High team this year. I think that they have some talent that was sitting on that bench for obvious reasons with football and everything. And we're going to see, Blue Boggs. We're going to see James Johnson. We're going to see Ray J. Bell. We're going to see some of these guys later on in the season that we really didn't get to see. And then, unfortunately, Michael Gentry was one of the contributing. He went out early in the third. So I think North High has a lot of talent. I think we're going to see a little bit more of them on a better competitive level towards the rest of the season.
Tom, thanks for the work tonight. See you Wednesday night at the All-Star Volleyball game. Kyle, your thoughts on this night overall for this great gymnasium and the opening here and just what it meant to our community and to definitely North High School?
First of all, for North High and the Oildale community, this was a big night. And I'm glad that the North High girls basketball team won. What a tribute to start off the first game in this gym with a victory for North High. And I see these stars, and North High lives by the phrase stars on point, and I think everything was on point tonight, from Dr. Brian Schaefer to Dr. Mark Balch and everyone that was involved in the ceremony and everything and making this event happen. I got to give a shout out to all the media that responded to this and are giving this publicity and are doing those things to make this an important night, an important event. So overall, very happy, very pleased with this evening.
Kevin, thank you so much for everything tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night at Ridgeview High School. The Wolfpack hosting BHS in basketball. Also on the other channel that we have, the other game that we have going on is a soccer match at South High hosting Golden Valley in a Spanish version of it. So on behalf of everybody at the high school district, thank you. We appreciate everything that you've done to put this together for us. As you mentioned, our superintendent, Dr. Brian Schaefer, the assistant superintendent of instruction, Dr. Brenda Lewis, the assistant superintendent of educational services and innovative programs, Dr. Dean McGee, and our main dude, the director of school support services, Stan Green. For Tom, for Kyle, for Kevin, I'm Vance. Have a wonderful evening. Good night. God bless.